Hi.
Yeah. Hello. Guys, give us a wave or something cute. Yeah.
Yay.
Okay, so welcome, I guess, officially to the Survivor 3 reunion. We're so excited that you guys are here and we're able to watch it.
Yeah, we know it has been a whole year since you guys played, but I think that watching it back made it worth the wait, right?
Yeah. Okay. So this season, or 2.5 hours, was full of crazy blindsides and an insane amount of gameplay.
Some people stepped up and were evidently in charge of the game, while others stayed in the background and their gameplay looked a little different.
Different strategies clearly worked out for different people. Our final four was devised of 3 people who were front runners of the game, but the winner was one of the quietest players we've ever had.
Naya, it is evident that your game was played safe and in the background. Can you walk us through that?
Yeah, I didn't really know what I was doing, so I just kind of, it took me like more than half the game to figure out how it worked. So I was kind of just trying my best. And it kind of just ended up working. I think not talking to anyone or like not like making anyone angry kind of worked.
So on the flip side, in second place was the leader of the game. Allie, you were one of the most strategic players to play in any of our Survivor seasons. What was your mindset going into the game?
Actually, I think I said this in the video, but I had been planning for like so long. And then as soon as we started, it just all went out the window. And I was just completely like, I don't know what I'm doing, but it's fine. I want to run this game, so like, take what you will out of that. And so, yeah, but I kind of like in the time between the first challenge and the second challenge, I realized that nobody was on my side.
One of the twists that put a huge dent in a certain player's game was when we announced that there was going to be a final 2 instead of a final 3. That player was, of course, Ryan.
In this final season, we will have a final 2. The jury, or rocks, determine who is immune.
You were so close to getting into the final 2. Do you think that things would have ended differently if there was a final 3? And would you have done anything differently to get there?
I probably wouldn't have done anything differently just because I got that far in the first place. But then if I got in the final 3, I feel like I had a good chance of winning because I was definitely strategic in my gameplay and I stabbed a lot of people's backs. So.
Okay, so no one can play a perfect Survivor game. There always has to be something that players would like to change about their game. One of the players in the season that we were so stoked about seeing in action was Liam. But unfortunately, his Survivor career was ended
so quickly.
Way too quick. Liam, because you were out so early and we know you're a Survivor super fan, do you have any regrets? What can you have done differently?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the game, like, that sucked. Like Allie, I'd been thinking about this for weeks. And, you know, I'd run every scenario through my head, who's going to be there, how many numbers there were going to be. And Tribes of 4 was never in my strategy. So that just threw everything out. And then I started to get super paranoid because I knew Nico and Gwen were tight.
The quiet people are always the most dangerous people. She's gonna slit all of your throats. Vote Gwen.
So I started going crazy, running to Gwen, running to Nico, like, I'll be with you, like, just shake my hand, like, please make an alliance with me. That actually made them want to vote me out. Had I not done that and stayed like calm, they probably would have voted for Noah. It was still loads of fun and I was so happy to be part of it.
One of my favorite moments in this whole thing, and Liam actually are the one that agrees with this, was when Noah found a piece of plastic and then hoped to trick Nico with it. And then he found an actual idol and proceeded to play it wrong in the next tribal council. Noah, I would like you to please prove finding the idol, tricking Nico, not tricking Nico, playing it incorrectly. Give us all.
He thinks I found an idol, but it was really a piece of plastic. So I'm gonna pretend that I found one. But we all know I didn't.
My game plan when I got there was to just find an idol, and that was the only thing I had in mind. And so I found some trash in the yard, and I don't know. Nico saw me pick it up, so I kind of like I was like, oh look, it's an idol, but it really wasn't. And then I found one, I was super pumped up, but I don't know, at that point, I don't think I fully trusted Nico, so I kind of played it when I really shouldn't have, because if I played it then the round after, I could have got Naya or Ryan out, so.
We've only had a few players who have played all 3 of our Survivor seasons, one of them being Jordan. Each time, he made it to at least the final 5, but he's never won.
Jordan, what do you think was missing from your gameplay? If you were given another chance, what do you think could land you the win?
I definitely think I had like the skills and like strategy of during like challenges and everything. I think being consistent with a strategy like throughout the game instead of like switching with being an ally, like for example with ours, like being an ally with Allie and then being just with Ryan and going against Allie. Okay, we're gonna go idol hunting and we're gonna find one together. No, I'm gonna try to find it. Like I think being consistent with one strategy would have definitely helped me.
In all 3 of our seasons, Jordan worked with Ryan. This alliance was nothing short of iconic. However, like all alliances, there is always a crack and an end. They seem to be linked in their vote out plans and ideas. But when Jordan lost the Final 4 immunity challenge, the moment he returned to camp, Ryan turned on him.
Ryan, was that truly the moment you knew you had to vote out your biggest ally?
Well, I knew he was a big threat, and I knew a lot of people would have voted him to win. So I knew I had to turn my back on him, backstab him, so that he wouldn't be a threat to me.
If we find the 3rd idol, we have 3.
We're gonna work together to that.
Get Jordan out. Okay, please.
Are you gonna do anything?
I feel like he was like a roadblock for me winning, so I had to turn on him. That was really hard to do, but I did it.
Nico, you had a very unique path through this game. He was voted out when Redemption Island was still a thing, then returned to the game in a challenge which won him a second chance in the game, only to be voted out again the next round. I'd like to talk about Nico's advantage. Nico, was it a part of your strategy to tell everybody about your advantage? And what made you use your advantage at the last minute?
I mean, I came into this game not having a clue. I had no idea what was happening. But it wasn't my plan. Like I said, I didn't have a plan. So I just kind of winged it.
We lost it as a team.
And they all knew I had it because I know Jordan and Allie were close. And they were like, I don't have it, I don't have it. So I have it.
Gwen, you played twice, the first time being with people you knew. What was it like playing for the second time, this time with new players? Were there any challenges? And do you think that your game would have ended differently had there been more people that you previously knew?
I have absolutely no idea. I mean, both times I did 0 preparation and just, winged it like Noah did. But honestly, I liked the difference. Like, I'm not hating on the cast because I love our cast, but I liked that there were like new people because new opportunities for alliances rose. I'm not saying my game would have changed either way because, again, I had absolutely no idea what I was doing.
And with that, we are now going to move into some questions which anyone can answer.
Okay, so first one, who do you wish you had an alliance with?
Allie. 100%. Cause yeah, I feel like cause if you weren't like with Allie, you were probably getting out. So yeah.
Makes a lot of sense. Nico, go ahead.
I want to say Naya. Like, I tried to make an alliance with her, but she wouldn't talk to me at all. Like, I tried like twice, and then I was like, no, this is not happening.
Oh, I didn't even realize, sorry.
Allie, go ahead.
I kind of wish that I had kept my alliance with Nico, because we started to get close, and then I gave him the fake. I don't.
Everyone's voted for me. What'd you get?
I got a mini idol.
All right, thank you. It's so fake.
Now that I watched what actually happened, I should not have talked about it so much at the end because it didn't work. But I wish I had stayed alive with Nico. So.
How did you prepare for this game? Naya, go ahead.
I didn't. I looked up a clip. I didn't know what an idol was when I got there, and I was like, why is everyone looking for them? And then I realized what it was, and I didn't even have one for the entire game, so it's okay, I guess.
This makes me really depressed. This is super
Gold.
depressing.
Gold. Anybody else? Jordan, go ahead.
Being on the bus with Allie and Katrina every day, I didn't know Allie was playing, and they kept it a big secret, but me and Katrina would watch Survivor episodes, so I knew what was going on, kinda, and that's all I did. But Allie was just sneaky because she didn't tell me what was going on.
How did you?
One thing I did was like use the previous seasons as like examples for what was gonna happen, and I knew who I could trust. But I didn't know if it was gonna be the same thing as the other seasons, so I didn't know. That only helped me to like a certain extent. But yeah, I learned not to trust everybody because everything people say, because they always lie, like I did in that game. And I learned to trust Jordan because we usually stick together throughout the Survivor games. But I obviously changed that in the end.
What are your thoughts on the process of the experience? Was it different than what you expected? Like when we told you what we were doing, that
Was
kind
it
of thing?
fun? Like,
It was like honestly kind of more fun than I expected it to be, because Survivor's like a game that is played through like so long. It was like, how is it gonna come off being played in like just one day? But it surprisingly, we still had time to make all these alliances and break all these alliances, and somehow it was interesting. So
Ryan, your hand was up.
I'm just gonna say it was a lot different than what we normally do, but it was definitely really fun. It was better than I thought it would be.
Oh no, go ahead.
Yeah, no, I thought it was really good that we waited this long to watch it because it just brought back so many memories, and it felt like more nerve-wracking watching it rather than if we watched it like a month after. Because not gonna lie, I forgot about like half of it, so I think it was a good reminder of what happened.
Okay, so we have time for any questions that you have for each other.
Okay, well, I just want to talk about the vote for the last tribal council, because I know there's a lot of like confusion and bitterness still about it. I just want to explain my position. So my philosophy on the game is that if you are never a target, if there's really no chance of you going home, you played the better game. If you were constantly targeted and you constantly needed idols and immunities to stay in the game, that's not a good game because you can't always rely on that. And so I just thought, for my philosophy, even though I think Allie is a better player than Naya, and I respect her probably more because she like did what I did. She prepared before. I just think that Naya played a better game based on my philosophy. So
It's all very opinionated. If you
Oh,
can't 100% that, but that's okay.
okay, I just want to say, no, there's no spite. I love Naya. She's amazing. Period. Thank you. Also, I just want to say that I agree, like, kind of with what Liam said, but I think that you really have to look at, like, it's kind of a, like, case-by-case basis. It just depends because, like, I was running the game, even though, like, basically everybody wanted to vote me out. And so that's like, maybe I did have to rely on the immunity and the idols and stuff, but like from my point of view, I got the immunity and I got the idols and I got to the end. And like, that's kind of like my point of view on like why I thought I should win. And now that I've had time to think about it, I can actually lay out a well-placed argument.
So I 100% think like Allie probably should have won, but I would have voted for Allie and she would have won if she didn't try to cross Nico. Because I feel like, other than Liam, because he got out real early, I think Nico was probably my biggest ally for the small part of the game that I was in. But I don't know, I just disrespected my boy like that, so.
You make mistakes when you make moves. Sometimes they go well, sometimes they don't. And so when there's no moves to make, there's no mistakes to make. Like, personally, in my opinion. And it's like, it's not wrong to not make moves, but also if there's no moves, there's no mistakes, because that's how it works.
Yeah, I agree with Allie. Allie's game was much more interesting than mine because she knew what she was doing, and I was very clueless. And like, honestly, I think it came down to like our speeches, because if Allie didn't throw Nico under the bus, I think she would have won, honestly.
I also was gonna pin a fake idol on Nico. I'm really sorry.
She had everything going for her until she threw Nico under the bus, and I was just like, oh, maybe I have some hope because of this.
Anybody else have any questions or anything?
Anything else you want to talk about?
One thing in this game is that some people target the people who are really strong in the competition and have, I don't know, strength, and other people target people who have strategy and they think of everything in their head before they do it. So it all depends on the people who you play with, because everything can turn out differently.
every game can change based on whether mental versus physical threats are targeted, which is why I think it was interesting when Ali commented, yes, Noah is a physical threat, but he's not a mental threat.
He's a big physical threat. Because he does like basketball. He also has a lot of weaknesses if you really like.
Liam, did you have something else you wanted to ask?
Yeah, I have a question for Nico. Why did you vote out Gwen? Like, was that purposeful just to like make Noah look stupid so he played his idol incorrectly, or just you just thought she should go home? Like, why'd you do that?
Well, I knew that Noah had the idol, but I didn't know that Noah had the idol. Like, I thought it was fake, or I thought it was real, but okay, you know what happened. So I was like, well, Noah already has it. I'm sorry, Gwen.
I have a question for Ryan. Why didn't you trust me, bro? I was just trying to be nice.
They don't like me.
They don't. Why? What gives you that impression?
They just like, they don't talk to me.
I don't really trust Noah at all. Like, I feel like he's hiding a lot of things that I don't know.
I just didn't know you, so I didn't know like what your strengths were and weaknesses are. So I guess it just came down to who I knew before. But yeah, looking back at it, I really don't know why I didn't trust.
Well, like I said, he's tall and he plays basketball, so.
So there's one last thing that we wanted to do during this reunion. A while ago, we called up each of your fellow players and asked them who their favorite player was, aka the fan favorite. So this could be the best player in their opinion, the most fun, or anything in between. Anything they want it to be. We tallied up the votes.
The Survivor 3 fan favorite, even though fan does a relative term here, is, drumroll, Ryan!
Yay!
You played an awesome game. You were loyal until the very end, except when you wanted Jordan out. You were helpful and a good asset in challenges, and you were very strategic.
I really don't know what to say. I feel like that's kind of surprising because I feel like Ali or Jordan would have won because they were the stronger players, but I just kind of, I don't know, went along with everything I want. Yeah.
Yeah, it could be just based simply on your vibe or anything.
You had such good vibes the whole time.
You have good vibes. Good vibes.
So, do we have any final thoughts before we call it a day?
No.
Okay.
Thanks for a great season. It was really fun, guys.
All right, Jordan, Noah, Gwen, Ryan, Nico, Liam, Naya, Ali, thank you so much for joining us and for competing in our season of Survivor.
Stay safe, and the
Tribe has spoken. Bye, guys. How do I stop recording?